Yo guys, what is going on? It's Luki here and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the new best M4A1 class in Modern Warfare. Without further ado, let's get into this. So first up, Monolithic Suppressor. Monolithic Suppressor is going to be a must-have on this weapon and on any weapon in Warzone because it takes you off the minimap whenever you do shoot, so it's going to not reveal your position and you're going to be able to basically be a lot more stealthy. And usually when you shoot and people see you on the minimap, they're going to come from you left, right and centre, so yeah, definitely give that one a go. Next up though is the barrel. You want the stock M16 Grenadier on this one. This is personally the best one in my opinion. It just increased the accuracy and all that kind of stuff, which is most important on Warzone. Next up, the canted hybrid sight, or you guys can use the Cronen C480 Pro Optic, the one 3 above this one. Now honestly, I'm not sure which one I prefer at the moment. In the gameplay in the background, you will see me using the Cronen C480 Pro Optic sight. In my opinion, I think that one might just be a little bit better. I'm not entirely sure yet. I am still messing around with all the attachments and all the sights and finding which one is better. Next up though is the stipple grip tape, just for faster mobility. When you stick on all these other attachments on, your mobility does drop by quite a little bit. So sticking on the stipple grip tape is going to basically be able to knock your mobility back up to what it was before. So definitely sticking on the stipple grip tape is going to help you guys out a lot in terms of just having a faster weapon. Next up is going to be a must-have attachment, and I use this on basically every single weapon, and that is going to be extended mags. So like I said, I do use extended mags on every single weapon. Now, not every single weapon has 60 round mags, but the M4A1 does. Some weapons might have 50, 40, etc. But yeah, just a big tip for you guys, make sure you use the biggest amount of ammo you possibly can use. So if you guys have just came here, by the way, for the class setup and now you're going to click off the video, I do recommend you guys watching the rest of the video because I do have some little tips and tricks I want to share with you guys, and also I want to share a few little reasons why this class setup is really good. So first of all, a little thing I want to go ahead and talk about is the perks I use. So as you guys know, the perks I use mostly, if you've watched my previous videos, are going to be Perk 1 is cold-blooded, and obviously you guys know this because everyone uses thermal snipers and thermals on their weapons, so having a cold-blooded perk on is going to help you a lot because it's going to basically just keep you off people's thermal scopes and they're not going to be able to kill you as easily or just see you as easily. So definitely sticking on sticking on cold-blooded is going to really help. Now perk 3 I use is either going to be tune-up, amped or battle hardened. Amped lets you swap your weapons faster, which is really helpful. Battle hardened lets you take less effect to people's stuns, and a lot of times in the final circle a lot of people do use stuns, so it's really helpful, especially if you're playing solos. And then tune up helps you self-revive faster and also revive your teammates faster, so I do recommend you guys sticking on either of those 3 perks. It's up to you. Now the perk 2 is going to be one I want to just quickly talk about the most. So what I do, and I recommend a lot of you guys doing this, and it's going to be super helpful, is actually use an RPG as your secondary. Yes, you heard me right, an RPG. Now I only recommend you guys using an RPG if you play either trios or squads or quads, whatever it's called. If you are playing solo, then don't use an RPG because it's pretty useless. So the main reason I use an RPG is when I play quads or trios, and the main reason for this is, as you guys know, a lot of the time there will be a whole entire squad camping in one room, and an RPG is just going to come in clutch when it comes to these situations. I have a clip I want to show you guys in a minute, and basically there's a bunch of people camping in one room. All I got to do is fire a few rockets in there and I'll clear out the whole entire squad, and this is going to be one of the biggest tips that you guys can do. So trust me, give this a go. Instead of using a sniper as your overkill thing, just use an RPG as your secondary instead, and it's actually going to be super helpful. It's going to help you guys out in so many different situations, and I really advise you guys to just go ahead and give it a go. Now if you are playing trios or quads, I recommend at least one person using an RPG, and then I recommend everyone else using snipers, just so one person can be that one person who obviously can wipe out entire buildings. So that is what I do. Everyone else on my team uses snipers, and as you can see in this little clip here, I see a bunch of people camping in this building, so I'm trying to look where they are, and then I notice that they're in the top camping in the room. So what I do is I use my RPG, I fire a few rockets in there, and I end up killing all of them. So as you guys can see here, they're in there, fire an RPG in there, I down one, fire another one in there, I down the other one, and I finish them both, and I can completely clear out the whole entire squad. As you can see, super easy method to go ahead and clear out squads. I really do recommend all of you guys going ahead and giving this a go, because at the moment a lot of people are making the mistake of using snipers and just literally only using snipers. So like I said before, I recommend at least one person in your squad to use an RPG, and the main reason for this is because it's super easy for situations like that, because those people were just sitting in that building camping their asses off, and for all we know, they could have probably just killed us super easily, and this is going to come in clutch. Trust me, it's going to come in clutch when you have an RPG. Just easily clear out the whole entire squad. Now, I've done this several other times. I might even make a separate video to why, and I might show you guys lots of clips, because I do have a lot of clips of me clearing out entire buildings with RPGs. But yeah, that is just a big tip for you guys. Now, one thing I want to talk about is why this weapon is really good, and that is going to be obviously because of the fact that it's got incredibly good range, incredibly good accuracy, incredibly good fire rate, and all of that kind of stuff. So if you guys have noticed lately, there's a little bit of a pattern with all of the guns that are really good right now. So everyone at the moment is using the Grau, the MP7, the M13, and the M4A1. These 4 weapons are the top weapons in Warzone at the moment, just because of the fact that all these weapons have stuff in common. They all have good accuracy, they all have good range, they all have high damage or a fast fire rate, and they all have like just no recoil at all. So all of these things combined are obviously going to make for some of the best weapons. These weapons in multiplayer are also some of the best weapons at the moment, just because they just outshine any other weapon. So if someone's using an MP5 on Warzone, that weapon's just gonna, there's no point in using an MP5 on Warzone. I really don't recommend you guys using like stuff like an MP5. A PP19 Bizon, in my opinion, is completely useless as well, and all of that kind of stuff. So as you guys notice, like the main weapons people are using at the moment are weapons such as these, and they all have the kind of similar things in common. So I recommend you guys giving all those weapons a go. But yeah, that has been it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.